Welcome. Today, we're embarking on a journey to one of the most fascinating and mysterious planets in our solar system, Mars. Known as the Red Planet, Mars has captured the imagination of scientists, writers, and dreamers for centuries. From ancient myths to modern robots rolling across its dusty surface, Mars continues to be a symbol of exploration and curiosity. But what do we really know about it? The name Mars comes from Roman mythology, where it was the god of war. Its reddish hue, visible even to the naked eye, reminded early skywatchers of blood and conflict. The Greeks called it Ares, and in other ancient cultures it was known as the fire star or simply the Red One. This visual uniqueness made it stand out in the night sky, and it has been observed for thousands of years. Early telescopic observations began in the 17th century with Galileo Galilei. Later, in the 19th century, Italian astronomer Giovanni Schiaparelli drew what he thought were canali, channels on the Martian surface. This was mistranslated into canals in English, leading many to believe in the existence of intelligent life on Mars. The idea of Martians quickly spread, especially thanks to popular science fiction. H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds and Percival Lowell's writings helped fuel public fascination. Fast forward to the space age. The real exploration of Mars began in the 1960s. The Soviet Union and the United States launched a series of missions aimed at flying by, orbiting, and eventually landing on Mars. In 1971, the Soviet Mars 3 mission made the first successful landing, although it stopped transmitting just seconds after touchdown. NASA's Viking 1 and 2 landers in 1976 were the first to return high-resolution images and conduct soil experiments in search of microbial life. The real breakthroughs began in the late 1990s with NASA's Mars Pathfinder mission, which included the tiny rover Sojourner, the first vehicle to move across the surface of another planet. Since then, we've seen an incredible series of robotic explorers, Spirit and Opportunity, which traversed vast distances and outlived their expected lifespans. Curiosity, which has been exploring Gale Crater since 2012 and discovered ancient riverbeds and organic molecules, and Perseverance, which landed in 2021 in search of biosignatures and is collecting samples to one day return to Earth. Alongside Perseverance is Ingenuity, a tiny helicopter that made history as the first aircraft to fly on another planet. Originally designed for 5 flights, it has now completed dozens. But what makes Mars so special? Its surface is covered with iron oxide, giving it that distinctive red color. The planet is about half the diameter of Earth and has just over 1/10 of its mass. Despite being smaller, it shares several geological features with our planet: volcanoes, canyons, polar ice caps, and weather systems. Mars is a cold and dry desert world. The average temperature is around -60 degrees Celsius, though it can vary widely, from 20 degrees Celsius near the equator during the day to below -140 degrees Celsius at night. Its atmosphere is very thin, about 1% the density of Earth's, and is composed mostly of carbon dioxide, with traces of nitrogen and argon. Because of this, liquid water can't last on the surface for long, but there's ice at the poles and growing evidence suggests there may be salty liquid water underground, a potential habitat for life. The planet's gravity is about 38% that of Earth, meaning a 100 kilograms object on Earth would weigh just 38 kilograms on Mars. This reduced gravity could help in construction and transport for future missions, though it also poses long-term health risks for humans. Mars is home to some of the most extreme landscapes in the solar system. Olympus Mons, for instance, is the tallest volcano known, standing over 21 kilometers high. Valles Marineris is a canyon system that stretches over 4,000 kilometers long and up to 7 kilometers deep. dwarfing the Grand Canyon. There are also thousands of impact craters, dust devils that race across the plains, and vast dune fields. Evidence of ancient riverbeds, deltas, and even lake basins suggests that billions of years ago, Mars had a much thicker atmosphere and stable liquid water on the surface. Conditions back then may have been suitable for life. Some of the strongest evidence comes from regions like Jezero Crater, which Perseverance is currently exploring, a place that was once a lake, fed by ancient rivers. That brings us to one of the most exciting questions. Was there ever life on Mars? So far, we haven't found direct evidence, but we've discovered organic molecules, sediment layers resembling those formed in water on Earth, and seasonal bursts of methane in the atmosphere, a gas that could be produced by microbial life or geological processes. The search continues with every new mission, and upcoming sample return missions may finally bring us closer to the answer. Looking ahead, Mars is the prime candidate for the next great leap in human exploration. NASA plans to send astronauts there in the 2030s, and companies like SpaceX are working toward long-term colonization goals. But the challenges are enormous, from deadly cosmic radiation and lack of oxygen to the psychological and logistical issues of surviving millions of kilometers away from Earth. Just getting there takes about 6 to 9 months, depending on the alignment of the planets. Even so, the groundwork is being laid. Experiments like MOXIE on the Perseverance rover are already producing oxygen from the Martian atmosphere, a crucial step for future survival. Other studies focus on 3D printing with Martian soil, using regolith to build habitats. Researchers are also testing hydroponic systems and crops that could grow in Martian conditions. One proposed idea for future bases includes placing habitats underground or covering them with regolith to shield against radiation. Another plan is to establish energy independence using solar panels or possibly nuclear reactors. Long-term colonization will likely depend on finding accessible water ice, sustainable food sources, and reliable communication systems with Earth. Mars has also become a cultural icon. It's been the setting for countless books, movies, and video games, from H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, to The Martian, to the Doom series. It's the ultimate backdrop for stories of survival, discovery, and what it means to be human in an alien world. The idea of Mars as a second Earth is both hopeful and haunting. Ultimately, Mars is not just a distant planet. It's a symbol of our desire to explore, to discover, and to push the boundaries of what's possible. As we continue to study and visit this dusty red neighbor, we're also taking the first steps toward becoming an interplanetary species. Who knows, maybe in your lifetime, someone will walk on Mars. Maybe that someone could even be you. So stay curious and keep looking up. The journey to Mars has only just begun.